Look what finally showed up. I'm gonna go ahead and install this right now. All right, here we go. Now, if you don't know what this is my Edge CTS2 probe to read my EGTs, which I haven't done. So we're gonna go ahead and install that right now, and then in the future, I'll be giving you guys a good review on what my EGTs actually are. One more thing I wanted to mention here. Seems like I got torn up in the comments by somebody who was wondering why I was using my stock downpipe, you know, this whole time. And check it out, I wasn't. What happened was I had an MBRP downpipe and it rusted right through. So I had to put my stock one back on just to get me going. So a good buddy of mine, Rustbelt Mechanic, I'm sure you've heard of him, he actually gave that to me for. With that being said, if you watched the last video when I installed the PPE downpipe as well as the manifolds, the up pipes, and everything. By the way, I'm really happy with it. Little guy didn't show up in the mail. So now I can finally read exhaust gas temperatures. Matter of fact, for all you diesel heads out there, leave in the comments what your EGTs are when you're normally cruising, when you're pulling a trailer, stuff like that. We'd all love to know. But these are extremely easy to install. Pretty much all you gotta do is just screw on the fitting, tighten that up, and I'll do this off camera, but I'll just give you an example. And then put your probe right inside there, tighten that up, right there, and then run your lines all the way up to the cab. That's it. I mean, it's really simple. Then once I'm done tightening up everything, I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for you guys and show you exactly where to monitor this thing from. So we have it installed completely. I'm gonna go ahead and start it up for the first time, and let's see how this thing will be detected. Here it is right here. And, you know, of course, it's not gonna sit like that. I'm gonna go ahead and secure it. I actually ran zip ties all across there. That way it holds, and I also painted it black so you can't see the ugly brown wire sitting there. So, but then again, it's not a show truck. See if it'll detect anything. As a matter of fact, guys, I have the Edge CTS3 and the Wife Max. I also have an EGT probe. All right. There it is, EAS EGT. That's what we're looking for. Check it out, guys. I'm excited. It's been a while since I've been able to monitor it in this truck right here. So, of course, I just started it. It's at 228. But again, guys, I'll do a better review on this one once I actually start using the truck more. I'll let you guys know what my average is. All right, so here it is. It's been sitting outside in the snow. We've had a lot of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe all this off, try to clean up what I can, get it in the garage. I'm gonna rip these seats out. Let's go ahead and see what the damage really is. Can we save the cab? All right, awesome, we got it. I just broke part of the bumper, but I care zero about the bumper. We're gonna be installing a new one anyways. So, let's go ahead and get to work, guys. Check it out, guys, Truck Pack just came in. Let's see what's inside. I actually have a subscription to Truck Pack. Every month I get a order. And what I do normally is the first 10 orders that I receive on my website, I'll leave that link in the description below. I usually randomly pick somebody who ordered something and I bundle this in to their order. So if you guys are interested, go to my website, pick up a sticker or something like that. 10 orders, I'll randomize it and pick one person. Good luck. I'm gonna find out once and for all if we're gonna save this Dodge Cummins cab. It's gonna be a pretty involved video. What we're gonna be doing is ripping out the entire interior. I wanna go ahead and attempt to rip the carpet out as well. I wanna look at the floorboard itself. I wanna see if it's salvageable. Now, if you watched a few videos previous to this, we actually pulled the carpet back a little bit and I actually saw a small little rust hole on the floorboard. My whole thing with this right here is it worth the time? Is it worth the energy? Is it worth the money to install new floorboards in there, so new sheet metal? Of course, do rockers, cab corners, a bunch of patchwork, you know, to all the dings and dents. Of course I'm not going to save the doors. The doors are completely shot. I'm not too sure yet. We're going to find out together, guys, so make sure you watch till the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and put this one to bed once and for all. Are we keeping the cab on the Dodge, or are we gonna junk it? Pretty excited about this build, to be honest with you. We have a Dodge on the channel. This is mine. I bought it from my brother-in-law. Look at it, it looks destroyed, I understand. But you've seen the trucks that we've built on the channel. You've seen what we can do with this, but I'm pretty sure that this truck is worse than the old Victory Max, to be honest with you. Check this out. This frame looks amazing. It may not look amazing to you, but it looks amazing to us. I want to completely restore it. I'm not sure if I want to run with a single turbo or even do 2 turbos. Of course, we're going to be working with Ryan's Diesel Service. RDS Performance turbos are some of the best on the market. So if you guys are interested, I'll leave that link in the description. A few things that I'm going to keep. So I'm going to keep the hood. The hood looks amazing. I may actually keep the front sport bumper because it's kind of cool. I may just do some really cool looking off-road bumper in the front. So I'll be keeping that. Of course, the fenders are junk. The doors are completely destroyed. As a matter of fact, they have this coating on there, which I really don't want to keep around. As you can see, it's bubbling. As you can tell, the condition of this cab right here, the inners, the inner rockers, the outer rockers, the cab corners, it's completely just gone. Of course, we have a big dent right here. And then on this side, shot. I can't keep any of this stuff. So I'll probably keep the bumper. I'll keep the hood. Of course, I'm going to keep the tailgate. I pulled that off. That's a really nice looking gate. What you're looking at here is a 1999 Dodge Cummins. And this is the 24 valve. And Mitchell, the previous owner, he gutted all of this out completely because prior to that, it had 2 turbos on it. He had a stainless diesel kit. It was pretty nice looking, actually, but he ended up ripping all this out a long time ago so he can support his other build, which is the Common Rail 06 Cummins. So he was able to put a big single in there, as well as dual fuelers and bigger injectors and, you know, all kinds of good stuff on that truck. He can have a little bit extra money to fund his other build. So this thing's just been sitting in a parking lot for a long time. I think it was a good transaction because we're able to keep this thing in the family. And no, this will not be a giveaway truck. I know you guys keep thinking that, but this is gonna stay with the Truckmaster family. Pretty cool because this truck has been around since I came back from Afghanistan in 2011. So it's been in the family for a while. I think the interior looks pretty good. Of course, the dash is cracked, you know, like any Dodge would be. I'm probably not gonna keep the pillars. I may end up selling those if you guys are interested. I'm not sure if you guys are interested in something like that. I like the Edge CTS2 monitors myself. It does have an Edge tuner in it, but the seats in general, they look good. I think we can do some work with them, maybe reupholster them. And of course, you know, the steering wheel's good. We sort of talked about this right here. You can see right through the floor. So what's the ugly truth of this cab right here? Let's find out. Let's get to work. Have everything gutted out except for this door right here. It's frozen to the cab, but we'll get to that soon. It sucks. I had to break these off because these Dodge bodies they actually use on their trim. They use Phillips screws to hold all the trim pieces on. Of course, they're so rusted out, I wasn't able to get a good bite on them, so I went ahead and just broke it off. Used a hammer. As you can tell, we're gonna have a bucket of rust by the time we're done here, by the way. I'm gonna go ahead and start ripping up what I can, and let's see what kind of damage we have here. Boy. You can tell all of this down here. This is all. I know this looks crazy. I'm banging into this cab, but I can't use that metal. It's gone. Matter of fact, all of this rust right here is all degraded. All of this right here. So I mean, I would probably end up having to replace, like, probably from up here over and then patch it down. But I'd end up having to replace this entire floorboard, is what I'm trying to say. So that's no good. But the good thing is this whole pan back here looks great. So let's go ahead and pull the carpet back on the passenger side. And let's see if we can save that over there. This is what I'm talking about right here. All this fluff right here. I mean, there might be some good metal under there, but, you know, I mean, just seeing all of this right here, depending on what's going on underneath here as well, which doesn't look too bad. But everything here on the sides, the corners, I need to stop kidding myself. This is going to be a little more work than I wanted. Now the inside of the rockers, I won't be able to use either because where the pinch is, it's just so bad I won't be able to weld to it. So that's not going to work out. And like I said, I'm probably going to want to go up to about here. Of course, I'm going to have to patch the floorboards, so I'm going to be cutting the floorboards out and then putting new floor pans in. Actually, I'm not going to fix these fenders. They're completely shot on both sides. Now, I will be needing all new doors because these doors are rusted and destroyed. I won't be able to fix those as well. Check that out. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's do a quick recap. So we need rockers, cab corners, fenders, doors, floor pans, inner rockers, as well as some pretty good body work to the cab. Not only that, we're going to need a new front windshield because the front windshield is cracked. Good thing here is we have a great looking frame. We have a good solid running 24 valve Cummins. We have zero worries whatsoever about the motor itself because we know it's good. The transmission is good as well. It also has a triple disc converter as well. The rear end is solid. It's a Dana 80. Drive shafts all look great. So, am I going to keep the cab? No, that's a great question. You know, with the money that I'm going to spend in doors, I mean, alone doors are going to run me about 200 bucks a piece. We're talking clean, rust-free doors as well. Not only that, you're looking at rockers, cab corners, as well as floor pan. So I will need a new front windshield. So overall, I think the total is probably going to be roughly around $3,000 in parts is what I'm thinking, you know, for the rock. And I'm talking good, not cheap rockers and stuff. I've done some research already, and a few guys have already sent me some pictures on my DM on my Instagram of some of the stuff they're selling. And it's going way less than that. And I'm talking a complete cab that's rust-free completely. Of course, I would have to make a drive, a good drive. And now thinking about it, I'm going to be pulling the cab anyways because we're going to sandblast the entire frame and then putting the cab back on the frame. So I hate to do this, but I'm gonna end up having to put a new cab on this thing. I've already had a few leads on some cabs. I may end up pulling the trigger here pretty soon. So I don't really need help finding a cab, but what I do need help is finding fenders for this thing and a bed, an 8-foot box. So let me know if you guys have anything maybe in the local area of Michigan, Ohio, Northern Indiana, Illinois. I really hate to do this, man. I really wanted to repair the cab. Of course, not deal with VIN numbers as well. I need a title for another cab and then switch that over to my name. On a good note here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the steering wheel out. I'm gonna take a few of the miscellaneous inside pieces. Of course, the seats, I'm gonna use the chairs. And I'm going to put them in another cab. Difference is that the shell isn't on the truck itself. I know some of you keyboard warriors out there are probably going to tell me that I'm dumb and I should just repair it. It's going to save me an incredible amount of money as well as time. Guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think about my decision about pulling the cab and replacing it completely. The other thing that's going to be very interesting, I want you guys to stay tuned, it's going to be sort of comical. I don't have a hoist. We got to figure out how to pull this thing off the frame. But not only that, set a clean cab on this frame. But of course, that's after we've already had everything sandblasted and powder coated. That's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching the channel. I cannot thank you guys enough. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button for me, and definitely leave a comment below what you guys think about this entire project right here. A lot of you guys think it's a waste of money, but if I'm keeping it and I'm building it and I'm never selling it, to me, it's invaluable. Thank you so much for your time. Let's get to work.